because that's the only option that you have. If you don't do that, you are just going to complain and say other people are privileged until you die. Saying the more you complain, thinking other people are privileged, instead of taking action and try to make yourself privileged too, you better die trying. You better die trying to make yourself privileged like them. At least you tried. Yeah, but instead of adopting a mentality, the reason I can't do 1, 2, 3 is because there are other people who are privileged. Yes, they are there, and they'll always be there. There's always going to be privileged people. It's just the reality of life.
But I tell you now that the Rainbow Nation is nothing but a figment of our own imagination. There's no equality in this country. You can go and study at Warfel School. I'm telling you right now that you cannot compete with a white child because they are already 10 steps ahead of you. When you finish your matric, there's a lot of expectations at home. You understand? Guinea, because you don't have the luxury of a father that owns a company. You don't have the luxury of you being given a flat somewhere next to school. They buy a flat for you. You don't have the luxury of you getting into your car in the morning and going to school to go and study. Those are the privileges of people, of land thieves, who were able to give a good start for their own children.
We do understand that as people in this world, we are dealt different cards. Some people have it good out there. Some people, when they are born into rich families. Some people have it really, really bad. When they are born into very destituted families. We are unequal. Some people have certain privileges that other people do not have. Some people, their roads to success are paved from the moment they are born until the moment they die. It is already paved and guaranteed. Then there are people who just find themselves in the jungle, people like me, who just find themselves in the jungle, and then you must find your own way and try to create your own success. We are not the same. But trying to use privilege that other people have, that you don't have, as a justification, that actually convinces you to not take action towards something meaningful, I don't think is an attitude that our young people in South Africa need to adopt. So people who speak like this, I won't say I don't understand where he's coming from or what he's trying to say, because I do understand that. I mean, I come from a household with from a single parent. My father basically died when my mother was like 7 months pregnant. My father died. I'm the type of guy that never had any privilege in my life. No connections, no wealthy relatives, like nothing. That's why I'm saying I understand the struggles that he's talking about. I really do understand those struggles. But my mentality, personally, I've never had this mentality of when I see a white person, even if that white person maybe is privileged above me, I've never had that mentality of thinking that person is better than me. I don't know, maybe we are different. Maybe there's no other young people out there like me. But I am a black person. But when I see a white person, maybe a privileged white boy or a privileged person in general, it doesn't matter even whether it's a white person or it's a black person. I see a person who's privileged more than me, who got jobs because of connections, who got enrolled in universities because of connections and things like that. When I'm looking at that person, I've never had an envious heart towards that person. I don't know if there's other people like me. Whenever I've seen those people, my mentality always told me, Woody, those people were just simply dealt different cards. The same way the cards that I was dealt, I didn't choose those cards. Those people, most likely, they didn't choose the cards that they were dealt. And then you can't expect those people to just take themselves out of those privileged situations because there are other people who are unprivileged like us. So this whole mentality of saying a black person, a black child will never measure up to a white child, I think there's a whole lot of nonsense. Like, I'm sorry if there's some people out there who believe in this type of mentality, but I really don't think this is a mentality that young people need to adopt, because this is a mentality that's going to only motivate laziness. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter whether a person is privileged or not. His or her life has nothing to do with you and your life. Now you are having it hard. Whenever you are trying to apply for something, maybe you are having it hard because some people, they are racist towards you. They are giving the whites their privilege and things like that. You need to understand something. You taking that thing and always putting it in your mind with, yeah, I'll never measure up to a white person. You are going to be that type of person who can't even speak up for themselves when they are confronted with a person who's privileged than them. You wouldn't be able to stand up for yourself. You wouldn't be able to do anything with your life. Why? Because you think there are some people who are above you, and it's a condition that you have set for yourself. Yes, privilege is there. Privilege is there. We live in Mzansi. I won't act like we live in, I don't know, a country that is perfect. We live in South Africa. We live in Mzansi. We see it every day. I've seen it every day. When I was in university, I saw it every day. There are some people who are privileged than me. In fact, when I went to university, that's the time really my mind opened up. Yo, Musi, I am here. There are people who are there. We are the same age, but I am here. I am in the jungle for real. This person already, we are doing first year, but this person already has an executive position somewhere. You get what I'm saying? That kind of privilege. Yeah, my mind was like awakened, and I was like, it's no use trying to justify I'm unprivileged, other people are privileged. It's like that. It's the reality of life, and in each and every country, not here in South Africa only. So what I want to say as I conclude, young people out there here in South Africa, a mentality that will serve you better is if you just confront your life the way you want to confront your life, without being scared, without thinking there are people who are superior than you. If there's a goal that you want to achieve, just focus on achieving that goal. The struggles that you are going to face, whether you are being undermined for your color, whether you are being undermined because you are black, just try and fight through that thing and fight for whatever it is that you want. Because at the end, when you achieve that thing, all of those struggles are going to be a very, very interesting story that you are going to hopefully someday maybe write a book about all of those struggles. So try and fight, because that's the only option that you have. If you don't do that, you are just going to complain and say other people are privileged until you die. Time isikhathi skami. You get what I'm saying? The more you complain thinking other people are privileged instead of taking action and try to make yourself privileged too, you better die trying. You better die trying to make yourself privileged like them. At least you tried. Yeah, but instead of adopting a mentality, the reason I can't do 1, 2, 3 is because there are other people who are privileged. Yes, they are there, and they'll always be there. There's always going to be privileged people. It's just the reality of life. So that's just what I wanted to talk about today, because I saw that clip and it was very interesting, because a lot of young people are going to listen to that man, because you can see he's a young man that is speaking. So there's a lot of South Africans who are young, who are going to adopt that kind of mentality, and it's a mentality that leads to laziness. Tell me on the comment section down below if you don't agree with me, Wuti, that even though it's true, everything that is saying is true, but it's not a mentality that us as black people we need to adopt. Tell me on the comment section if you agree with me, and also tell me if you disagree with me, if you also think that's the type of mentality we need to adopt. Tell me, and then tell me why do you think that's the type of mentality that is going to serve us as the black youth of South Africa. Tell me on the comment section down below. But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel, and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.